The first method of inventory evaluation we're going to look at is the identified cost method. So let's explain it. So let's say a business had the following inventory card, and the important thing is to look at the last row here. So on May the 4th, we had 5 units at $300 for $1,500 and 10 units at $280 for $2,800. And remember, they're all the same thing, whatever that thing might be. So it could be anything, and we'll talk about what this is good and bad for in a second. But the point is, yeah, suppliers change prices. So it's the same items. Suppliers have just, looks like they've lowered their prices from 300 to 280. So today the business sells 6 units. Which 6 units were sold? Well, we're going to use 2 methods to answer that. And the first one is what we call the identified cost method. And we could explain it as saying each unit of inventory is physically marked, for example, with a sticker, so it can be individually identified when a transaction occurs. So let's just take our 2 piles here. Well, in reality, what we do with this method is there'd be something distinctive about them, like a sticker, or a label or something. So in this case, these $300 units have got pink stickers on them, and we'll say the $280 units have got yellow stickers on them. So now we can answer this question. Today, the business sold 6 units. Which 6 units? Well, it totally depends which 6 the customer grabbed. Let's assume they grabbed those ones. So the customer grabbed 3 pink ones at 300. That's a total of 900. And they grabbed 3 yellow ones at 280 each. That's a total of 840. So we can now value that transaction and say the cost of that transaction is $1,740. So what type of inventory would this be best used for? Well, some examples I can think of are like a car yard with multiple different brands of cars, or someone that sells speedboats as well. Got bedding and furniture, and a music shop with different types of instruments. And even within that, you can see all these guitars are kind of different. They're all guitars, but they're quite different. What would this not work for? Well, things like this, it definitely wouldn't work for Kmart. Like just looking at all that inventory there, stickering it would take forever. And does it even really matter? Fruit and veg, I mean, physically that's impossible. Just like with a petrol station, how do you physically label petrol? The petrol you put in your car is just from a big tank, and that tank has lots of different batches of fuel in it at different prices. We cannot physically identify the cost of that. And you could argue Officeworks as well. I mean, this is just one photo of Officeworks. You can see all the folders there. Like, imagine stickering all them. And does it really matter? It also, Officeworks has a big sort of wall of pens. Can you possibly put a sticker on each pen? No. So what could we say overall? Like, what type of inventory is this best suited for? So what are these things on the left-hand side here got in common? We could say they're slower moving. What does that mean? It means we don't sell a lot of them. It's not like Officeworks where we sell thousands of pens every day. Some car yards might sell 1 car a week, and that's okay. That's what they're trying to do. They make big profits on each model. Same with boats, same with furniture. I mean, furniture and bedding and guitars, you'd probably want to sell more than 1 a week, but you're not selling heaps every day. Also, they're not perishable. What does that mean? It means they don't go off. Like fruit and vegetables, for example, will go off. So we've got time. Just put stickers on all these. They're also physically larger, so it's easy to put a sticker on. And they're also distinct. I mean, we might have 2 orange cars, but they'll both have unique number plates, for example. Or 2 beds, they might be slightly different, but different types of guitars you can see here. That's not like 1 unit of stock. It's all sort of different colors and stuff. So distinct units that are physically possible to identify. So they're the types of inventory that we want to use it for. And the last thing we need to consider, well, what are the pros and cons of this, or the advantages and disadvantages of this method? So the only advantage really is it's 100% accurate. It will always identify the actual unit in the transaction, so it's completely accurate. And if we link that back to our theory, we've got complete faithful representation. This represents reality 100% because we are 100% accurate. What are the disadvantages? Well, there's a few. 1, it's not always possible. Some types of inventory can't be physically labeled. If I'm a petrol station, or if I'm Kmart, for example, lots of inventory, high turnover inventory. Or maybe it's fruit and vegetables where you literally can't put a sticker on it. Time and cost. Putting all those identifying marks on the inventory takes time and staff to implement. What does that incur? It incurs wages. Wages lower your profits, so it's not good. And lastly, appearance. Depending on your brand and your store, like this is not a good look. Like David Jones or Versace or a fancy store like that, they don't want stickers on their inventory. It looks tacky. So it mightn't even suit the type of inventory that you're using.